Good morning, traders, and welcome to Trading Wave Forex and Crypto Weekly Outlook. All right, guys, so I'm going to be your host today. Victor is not available. So as usual, before we get started, what you are seeing on the screen right now is our contact details. You can you can email us there at info@elliottwaveprinciple.com, or alternatively, you can also use info@tradingwave-.com. All right, so this is our WhatsApp contact details there if you wish to contact us via WhatsApp. And below that, we've got our Telegram channel, our Trading View, and also our website there. If you have got any inquiries regarding our services, then you can visit our website there. And below that, we've got our social media pages. You can click on those and follow us there. There are a lot of happening on the social media pages. We do post our befores and afters, and also the instruments that are yet to play out. Right, so below our videos on YouTube, you are going to see our timestamps that are loaded before, after a few hours. You go and check out those timestamps there. Not everybody is interested in going all the videos, so you can just check those timestamps there. All right, so our next course is starting on the 29th of November. If you're interested, you can just go there on the website and inquire about that. All right, so preferable, if you wish to contact us, you can use that chat box there on our website. This is where you're going to get to be attended as quicker as possible. All right, so let's get started. Let's see, how did the market perform on the previous week before we can look at the market analysis. Right, so let's have a look at this one here. We're going to be starting with US dollar JPY. So US dollar JPY, this is what we had here. We've shared this to the members area. We're focusing this to be our blue box area. So we're looking at this here to be a three-wave move to a downside, three-wave move up here, and this lastly to be a three-wave move to a downside against this swing high here, which is the territory of wave one. So up against this, we're expecting for this one to make a move to the upside here. Now let's have a look at how did US dollar JPY play out. As expected, the US dollar JPY found the buyers in the blue box, and already our members are running this trade risk-free, with obviously a partial of the profit was taken out. Once we get this move from the blue box, we cut out a half of position when we get around these areas here, and we've moved our stop loss to a break even. So we're still expecting for more bullish move to the upside on US dollar JPY. Now let's have a look at the next one there. Pound Chief, you've seen this one here, that we've been looking at this one to have been our trade setup right into the blue box. We're looking for this bearish move to the downside here. So this was shared when we got into the blue box here. We're looking for this bearish move to our downside. So Pound Chief, let's have a look, how did it play out? So Pound Chief, it has already traded lower over 300 to 400 pips, just this move alone here. And this is trading in a 5-wave moves, meaning that you will still be expecting to see one more leg to a downside. We've got this one to have been a 5-wave moves here, and we're still expecting for more bearish move to a downside. A little bit of a correction here. Then after that, we're going to be looking for a continuation move to the downside here. So somewhere around this area here, you can look for a trade setup for a continuation move to a downside. Now let's have a look at the next one here. AUD New Zealand, you've seen this one here a couple of times that we've been looking at this one after we had a trade here. Okay, after we had a trade from the blue box buying AUD New Zealand, this has traded higher over 300 pips, and then when we got around this area here, we said we should be expecting a 3-wave pullback. So this was our forecast, that we're expecting this 3-wave move here before we see a continuation move to the upside. Now let's have a look at this. How did it play out? The correction that we've been looking for look like it has already completed. We've got the 3-wave move that we're looking for here. In our forecast, it was just a 3-wave here, a shallow correction. And now if you look at this, they have given us a deep correction here. So when we focus this correction here, we know where to expect where it is going to end, but all this correction, it depends on the internal waves here. So we've been monitoring this year, and every time we've been calling for this to come around this area here, and it has already landed into the blue box, and we're already long from the blue box. The expectation is for this one to make a move to the upside against this low here. So the trade is already running, so we're expecting a little bit of a pullback, because this is starting very correctively what could be and leading diagonal here. So expecting a little bit of a move to the upside before a continuation move to the upside there. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That would be New Zealand CAD. You've seen this one a couple of times, and if you've been monitoring this one, or if you've been tracking it, you should have been started to make some money here. So when we saw this here to be a 5-wave move to a downside, we said expect a bit a correction here before we see a continuation move to a downside. This was a 5-wave move here that we're seeing, and we expected this here to be a 3-wave. So just like AUD New Zealand, it was one of those deep corrections here, but that deep correction landed right into the blue box. Let's have a look at the here. So this was a 3-wave move that we're expecting. Now we're already have a trade that is running here. So we're still expecting for more continuation to the downside, especially against this swing high here. So we're still going to be expecting for more bearish move to a downside. Now let's have a look at the next one here. Gold. You've seen this one here. So we've been expecting that gold should trade higher, not from here, from these lows here. We've been calling for gold to make this move to the upside here. So we've got what appears to be a leading diagonal. These two have been a move to the upside there. So this was our forecast that we're seeing this to be a 3-wave move. From here, we're expecting that this is going to make a move to the upside. Now let's have a look at this. How did gold play out? Inch perfect, gold is traded over 700 to 800 pips, just this move from around this area here, and we're still yet expecting to see more continuation move to the upside. We've got this one to be our wave 1, our wave 2, so we're going to be looking for this here to be a 5-wave move to the upside that will be completing the wave 3 before we can see a bigger correction and a continuation move to the upside. So gold is still very bullish there. So similar applies that will be on silver. Silver, that was a trade setup that we saw that into the blue box. So we forecasted that this should come into the blue box. Then from there, we're expecting for a move to the upside. This should be a 3-wave move. After this 5-wave move to the upside there, we said silver should come into the blue box and make this move to the upside there. So these are the benefits that you get to have as a member. So silver has already made that impulsively move to the upside, and the members are already running this trade risk-free. We're still yet expecting more continuation move to the upside. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That will be platinum. So platinum, you've seen how we've been trading this one here for a couple of weeks. Okay, so if you remember, I'm just showing you now this recent trade setup here. Our trade setup on a platinum, first trade setup was at this year, this 11 swing sequence. So we're looking for this long move to the upside there, and that is exactly what we got. Our recent trade setup, we're looking at this one here to be a 3-wave move to the upside, this being a 1-to-1 structure and expecting a move to the upside. And let's have a look, how did platinum rather play out? So we've got an impulsively move to the upside, and we're still yet expecting to see move to the upside. So we've got this one to be a lower degree wave 1, this will be a wave 2. We're still expecting to see a 3 and a 4 and a wave 5 of the wave 3 in the purple minute degree. Now let's have a look at the next one. Yep. UK 100, you've seen this one here last week. We forecasted that it was going to go into the blue box, and from the blue box, we're expecting a bullish move to the upside. Yes, the blue box I'm referring to was this one. This was the forecast that we're expecting this move into the blue box here. This year, a move to the downside. Against this swing low here, we're looking for this bullish move to the upside. Now let's have a look at this. How did UK 100 play out? Inch perfect. We've got this one to be running up to the upside. Now we're looking at this here to have completed our wave 1. This should be now wave 2. We are still looking for a 3 and a wave 4 and a wave 5 that will be completing the wave 3 in the green minute degree. So inch perfect. This is the power of a blue box. So I always regard these areas as a decision area between the buyers and the sellers. So that will be all, guys, what we've been looking at the previous week. There are many of them, but I'm just gonna take these here. For the cryptocurrencies, you're going to do that one shortly once we're done with the weekly outlook of the Forex space. Now let's get started with the market analysis, starting with the pound US dollar on the 4-hour chart. So pound US dollar, we've been looking at this structure here. This should have been a 3-wave move to the downside. Okay, so just giving you a high view of pound US dollar. What you're looking at is this to be a 3-wave move to the upside here, 3-wave move to a downside, 3-wave move to a downside, 3-wave move up here, and we're expecting to see a similar move to a downside like this here. So this to be our W here. We're looking at this as W as our wave X as a running flat corrective structure. Now we're gonna be looking for a 3 more wave to the downside. So this looks like already an impulsively move. This being our 5-wave move here. So we're gonna be expecting a little bit of a pullback and 3-wave move before we see a continuation move to the upside. So it's a simply ABC structure that we're expecting here on a pound US dollar. So we're going to be looking for a short opportunity to the downside, but for now, expect this correction. Once it is done, then you can look for the possibility of a move to the downside against this swing low here. this swing higher rather. I'm not expecting this is going to go all the way up there. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That will be Euro US dollar. Euro US dollar, I'm going to show you two possibilities that we might have here. So we are looking at this one here for quite some time. These two have been our wave 4. Okay, this should be a 3-wave move to the downside, and we're looking for this move to the upside. So there's a possibility that this is already done here. Okay. So there's a possibility that it's already done here, and it's going to start to make this move to the upside. There's going to be a first view that this being your wave 1 here, your wave 2, wave 3, and this to be a wave 4, and this here being an ending diagonal as a wave 5. Okay, so there's this possibility that this is already done here. This to be our wave 1, our wave 2 here, and this to be our wave 3 here. This being our wave 4, and this is our wave 5 here. So we're going to be looking for this possibility of a move to the upside on Euro US dollar. Another possibility is that this is still going to give us this leg to the upside and then move to a downside before we see this move, because this could be your ending diagonal alone. So this could be your wave 1 here, your wave 1 here, your wave 2, and this to be your wave 3, 4, and a wave 5. This being your wave A here, and all this here being your wave B. This being your wave B here, and this being your wave C. This to have been our wave 1. Wave 2, this should be now wave 3 here, and this should be our wave 4, and this is the whole wave 5. This being your wave 1 here, or wave 2, wave 3, and wave 4, and a wave 5, and ending diagonal like this here, and then we see this move to the upside. So those are the two possibilities. So just to give you a view here, what I would be expecting is if we're going to see that one to be the first option that I've showed you. We're going to see with this impassively, if we can get this one here to be trading higher, breaking this high here, and then that will mean it will be the first option that I've shown you, this to be an ending diagonal here. Okay. If we get this one here to get around this area here without breaking this high, and then we get one more leg, then it will be that second view. But other than that, we're looking for this one here to be giving us this bullish move to the upside. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That will be US dollar CHF. So US dollar CHF is already showing some signs that it is ready to make a move to the downside. So there's a possibility that Euro US dollar might go with the second option that I've showed you. This to have been a leading diagonal here, and this to have been a 3-wave moves corrective structure here. So we're going to be looking for this one to continue to the move to a downside. If you remember very well from the previous week, we're looking at this one to be a wave 1, this to be a wave 2, meaning that we're expecting to see this big move to a downside to be our wave 3. So if we're expecting a bullish move to the upside on the Euro US dollar, you should be expecting that you're going to get a bearish move to a downside on a US dollar CHF. That's a correlation. Right. So AUD US dollar, we've been looking at this one to be an impassively move to the upside. This to have been our wave 1, wave 2 here, and this to have been a lower degree. This to be a 5-wave move to the upside, and this to be a 3-wave move here already done. Against this low, then we're going to be expecting that this is going to make this bullish move to the upside. So this is a 1-2-1-2 structure, meaning that we're going to be expecting to see some bullish move. This is going to be our key level. Anything above this, then we're going to be looking for this bullish move to the upside. Alternatively, we could be having this one here to be making a move to a downside. You might find out that this is already done here, and we've already got this move to the downside. This to have been our wave 1, this could be even be our wave 1, our wave 2, this to be our wave 3. You could be having this as an ABC, wave 4 here, and then we get this one to make this move to a down. That's another possibility, but like I've said, we're only going to look at this option here once we get this level to be violated. Once we get this one to be violated, then we're going to be looking for this bearish move to the downside. Now let's have a look at the New Zealand US dollar. It will be positively correlated to AUD US dollar. We've been looking at this one to have done with this correction to have been a WXY structure. So we're going to be looking for this being a WX wave Y here. So looking at this one to be our wave 1 here, our wave 2, similar to AUD US dollar. This to be our wave 1 here, and this to be our wave 2, meaning we're going to be looking for this 5-wave move to the upside. But just like AUD US dollar, we could be having this as an A here, our wave B, our wave C, and then we get this one to be a 3-wave move that is going to be equal to this one. But it all depends whether we get this level to be violated. If we get this level to be violated, then we would know that this was just our ABC structure. Then we're going to see this continuation move to the downside here. Now let's have a look at the next one. US dollar CAD, so similar to the US dollar pairs, if we're looking for the US dollar pairs to make a move to the upside, that will mean we would expect that US dollar CAD is going to make a move to a downside. So we're looking at this one to have been our wave one, our wave two here, and a lower degree, this to have been a 5-wave move to a downside, this to have been a 3-wave move to the upside here. So we're going to be looking for this move to a downside against this swing high here. If it continues to make this move to the upside, there's an alternative view that the move that we've been expecting is no longer going to happen. Instead, we could be having this as a leading diagonal, and this to be our wave A, our wave B, our wave C here, this being our wave one, and then we see this one to be making this move to the upside here. So, but as long as it's going to be trading below that swing high, then we're going to be expecting that this is going to continue with this move to the downside. That is based on the group pairs of the major pairs. Now let's have a look at the dollar index. Obviously, this would be inversely correlated to euro US dollar. So the option that I've just shown you on euro US dollar could exactly apply to this one here. So we're looking at this one to have been a 3-wave move to the upside, this being our W, wave X, and this to be our wave Y here. Or alternative, you can have a look at this one as an ABC. Still does qualify to be an ABC, but we're going to be looking for this bearish move to a downside. So there's a possibility that this could still be your wave one, your wave two, wave three here, and this to be our wave four, and we're having this one here to be an ending diagonal, being our wave one, our wave two, 3 here, our wave 4, and this to be our wave 5. There's that possibility that this could be an ending diagonal. Then we start to see this bearish move to the downside here. Alternatively, this could be our wave 1 here, our wave 2, our wave 3, this to be our wave 4, and you could be having this one to be a 5-wave move to the upside. This should be our wave 1, our wave 2, our wave 3, a 4, and a 5 here. Then before you see that bearish move to a downside. So it will be the same as euro US dollar, but we're still expecting for this bearish move to a downside here on that DXY. Now let's have a look at US dollar JPY. You saw how we saw this one here. We're looking at this one to have completed this move here to have been our wave 1. So we're going to be looking at this here to have completed this being our wave 1 here, our wave 2, our wave 3. So we're looking at this here to have been our wave 4. We're going to be expecting to see that bullish move to the upside to be our wave 5. So normally, if you're expecting that the US dollar pairs are going to make a move to the upside, you're going to be expecting that instrument like US dollar JPY, US dollar CAD, US dollar CHF are going to be making this bearish move to a downside here. Per correlation, that is correct. But structurally, US dollar JPY is calling for this bullish move to the upside. So if you trade this one, you're going to trade it cautiously because of that correlation. It's either the US dollar pairs, they get to validate the structure to the downside and US dollar JPY continue the move to the upside, or alternatively, US dollar JPY, this move to the upside would get faded away and you start to see this bearish move to the downside here. But structurally, this is still looking good for this bullish move to the upside. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That would be pound yen. So pound yen, the structure here has been invalidated for a move to the upside, but we cannot just call that this is ready for a move to a downside, because if you look at the rest of the other yen pairs, they look very bullish here. So we're looking at this one to have ended this move to a downside here. This should have been our wave 4. When we're looking at this to have an impulsively move, our wave 1, our wave 2, and this here, I'm not going to force this here. So this does not look completed here. Course, we are looking at this to be our wave 1, this to have been our wave 2 here. So meaning that we still need to see a 5-wave move to the upside here. As much as this has come to the territory of a wave 1 here, there could be a possibility that we might be having a nest here. But already this nest here, I don't like it here. But there's that possibility because the yen pairs are still looking very bearish. But if this does come and trade lower like this here, then we'll have to look at the possibility of this one to have already done here. Or alternatively, we can be having this ugly structure here. This to be a 3-wave move here to a downside, 3-wave move up, and then we get this one to come around this area here and possibly have an expanding flat corrective structure before we see this move to the upside. If it keeps on trading lower here, we're looking at this one to be our wave 4 here, then that will mean our wave 4 is not done here. Instead, it's going to be somewhere around this area here, and then we see this bullish move to the upside here. Now let's have a look at the next one. That will be EURJPY, similar to the pound yen. This has invalidated the structure or invalidated the Elliott wave rule of a move to the upside here. So we've been looking at this one to have completed this in 11 swing sequence. This to have been our wave 4 here. So looking at this to be our wave 1, our wave 2, and this to have been our wave 1 here and our wave 2. So you would expect that you see a 5-wave move to the upside here. Okay, so that's why I'm still expecting there's a possibility of this one to be making this move to the upside. And there's that possibility that we could even be having a diagonal here, but I wouldn't like to see a diagonal around these areas here. So if this is our wave 1 here, this is our wave 2, that will be our wave 1 in a lower degree. Let me just use this one here. This being our wave 1, our wave 2 here, and this should be our wave 3. Now my worry here is that this wave 4 here has already came into this territory here. If it comes here, you start to think of a possibility of a diagonal, but this looks very impossible to be a diagonal. So another possibility we might have is similar to what I've just shown you with pound yen, that this could be making this to be a 3-wave move here, and this could be a 3-wave move to the upside and expanding flat corrective structure here, and then you get 3 more waves to the downside that is similar to this one here before you look for this bullish move to the upside. But for now, you don't have to jump immediately, because I'm showing you this possibility of the structure. If this is going to make this move to a downside, you are going to see this here to be a 3-wave. Once you get this as a 3-wave move to the upside, then you can look for that possibility of a move to the downside. But I still don't like the downside on the yen pairs. They are still looking very bullish. Now let's have a look at CHF yen. So CHF yen, we're looking at this here to be an impulsively move to the upside. These two have been our wave 1 from the bottom here. These two have been our wave 1, our wave 2, and these two have completed our wave 3. Now I'm looking at the possibility of this one here to be our wave 4. So this could be a structure here. You can get this one here, get one more leg to the downside before you see this move to the upside. Alternatively, this could be just be an 11 swing sequence. From here where it is, it just gives us a 3-wave move here, and then we get this one to be an impulsively move to the upside. So watch out for those. But if it gives you this 3-wave structure here, then it will be even more clear. If it gives you this here, then you're going to be expecting these 3-wave moves here against this high, obviously. Then you can look for the possibility of this one to be making that move to the upside. Now let's have a look at the next one. CAD yen. We're looking at this one here to be our wave 4. Okay, we're looking at this one to have completed our wave 1 here. This to have been our wave 1, our wave 2, and looking at this here to be our wave 3. So we are looking at this here to be a 3-wave move to a downside, and we're expecting to see this bullish move to the upside here on CADJPY, especially against this swing high here. This is the territory of a wave 1. So we're going to be expecting to see this one to be giving us this bullish move to the upside, especially that Brent crude oil is expected to keep on trading higher. Then you're going to see these CAD based pairs to be making the move to the upside. New Zealand JPY, similar to CAD yen. We're looking at this one here to have been our wave 1. I'm just going to show the internal degrees here. This should be our wave 1 here, our wave 2. Looking at this to have completed our 3rd wave, and we're looking at this here to be a 3-wave move to a downside for our wave 4. So we're going to be expecting to see that bullish move to the upside, especially that New Zealand US dollar is starting to make a move to it. There's a possibility that New Zealand US dollar is going to be making that move to the upside. So you would expect to see this bullish move here on the NZD based pairs. So we're going to be looking for that move to the upside. Yeah, but just because I'm saying we're going to be looking for those moves to the upside, guys, it does not mean that on the market open you just immediately buy this here. You have to use your own strategy and get your confirmation. We've got a special indicator that we use here that confirms for us if the trades are ready. So AUDJPY, similar to New Zealand yen, those two instruments are positively correlated. So looking at this one to have been our wave 1, our wave 2, this to have been our wave 3, and you're looking at this here to be our wave 4. So we're going to be looking for this last leg to the upside to be our wave 5 to complete this move here. This to have been our wave 1, our wave 2. Once that is done, then you're going to be expecting this bigger correction here and this continuation move to the upside. So short term against this swing higher, then we're going to be expecting that AUDJPY is going to start to make that move to the upside here. Alternatively, a break of this year, then that will mean the structures are being invalidated, and then we're going to see more bearish move to a downside. But I'm still a fan of yen pairs to be making a move to the upside. EURAUD, we're expecting a move to a downside. This will be expected, especially that we are expecting AUDUSD to make a move to the upside. So this could be our wave 1 here, our wave 2, this should be our wave 3. This wave 4 could be already done here, and we are starting to make this move to a downside. So if you see this 3-wave pullback against this high here, then you can look for this bearish move to a downside here. At least your short-term target should be around these areas here. So expecting that this one should come around here, and then from here we can expect that you're going to have a bigger pullback. Why that level? That because that will be a structural level. So this will be a 1, 2, or wave 3 here, wave 4. We get this one to be a wave 5, and then after that we're going to be expecting this bigger pullback before we see a continuation move to the downside. So EUROAUD, for the past months, we've been talking about this bearish move to a downside there, and we're still calling for that continuation move to a downside. Euro New Zealand will be similar to EUROAUD. The positive correlation that the two instruments have got here, we'll still be looking for this one to be a bearish move. This to have been wave one here, wave two. This to have been our wave one in a lower degree now. This to have been our wave one here, wave two. This should be our wave three. We're looking at this wave four to already done, so we're going to be looking for this fifth wave to the downside before we can expect a three-wave pullback in this white degree and a continuation move to a downside. So if you get these flags here against this swing high here, then you can look for this possibility of a bearish move to a downside there on Euro New Zealand. Bear in mind that New Zealand US dollar expecting a bullish move to the upside, so this could result in Euro New Zealand to continue trading lower. EURCAD, we're looking at this one here to have been our wave one here. And you're looking for this one to continue with the move to a downside. This should be our wave one, our wave two, and you're looking at this internal wave. This should be our wave one here, our wave two. This should be our wave three. We're looking at this here to be a wave four that has already completed. So meaning that we're going to be looking for this continuation move to a downside here to be our wave five. Just to zoom into that, why are we expecting this here? Because we're looking at this study that it has already completed here. This should be a three-wave move to the upside. Three-wave move to the upside, yep. Three-wave move to a downside, and this should be a three-wave move to the upside. Yeah, this is already our wave four here. So we are looking for this here to be our wave one, a lower degree. This to be our wave two, and we're looking for this continuation move to the upside there, especially against this swing high here. So if you get these pullbacks here, then you can look for there's a possibility of this one to be continuing lower, especially that US dollar CAD is expected to trade lower. So you should be expecting that this one is going to continue with this bearish move to the downside. Now let's have a look at the next one. That would be EUROCHF. EUROCHF, you've seen this one a couple of times that you've been looking at this year, this last leg. Or rather, let me just show the whole structure. We're looking at this one to have been a three-wave move to a downside. This to have been our W here. So we're looking at this one to be our wave X. We're going to be looking for a similar move to this one here to complete our wave X. So far, what we've got is this to have been a five-wave move to a downside. We're eventually going to be expecting to see this one to be a three-wave pullback, and this one to continue the move to a downside. This being your A here, your wave B here, and this to be your wave C to be completing this wave X here. But short term, expect this correction here before we see a continuation move to the downside. Now let's have a look at the next one here. Euro pound. So euro pound, this looks like it has already done here. So there are many possibilities with the euro pound here. There's this possibility here to show you first. There's this possibility that this could be a structure here. We could be having this one to come and take this higher, and you see this one to be making this move to a downside. Or alternatively, this could already be done here. It's one of those ugly structures, but I'm going to show you that this could have been your wave A. You could have had this here as a wave B, and this here being your wave C. This should be our wave one, our wave two, our wave three here. This should have been our wave four, and this should have been our wave five already ended here, and we are already starting to see this one to be making this move to the upside here. So against this swing low here, you can start to look for the bullish move to the upside here. Just to quickly show you on the 1 hour chart, we could be having a trade setup because we've already got this one here to have been an impulsively move to the upside. Yeah, okay, this being a move to the upside, yeah, this should be our wave one. So we could be having this one here somewhere around this area here against this swing low here. Then you can look for the possibility of this one to be giving you this move to the upside here. In either case, whether it's going to be that structure that I've just shown you and then the move to a downside, we're going to be looking for this short-term move here for this move to the upside here on euro pound, especially if the price keeps on trading against this low here. If it keep on trading higher, then we're going to look for that possibility of a move to the upside. Now let's go back on a 4 hour chart. Pound AUD, there's nothing much to talk about this one here. We've been talking about this for a couple of time that we're expecting this to be a bearish move here. We've got this one to be a three-wave move here. Now we're going to be looking for this here. If you get any corrective structures here against this swing high here, then you can look for this bearish move to a downside on pound AUD. Bigger picture, we're looking at this one to be our wave one, our wave two. We still yet to be completing this wave four here. There's a lot of nesting that is taking place here, and this is very expected because if you look at it on a daily, just to show you why are we looking at this here to be a bearish move to a downside. If you look at this here on a daily here, we've got this one here to be an impulsively move to the downside here. This to be a 5-wave moves here. Now we're looking at this one here to be our correction. So you're going to be expecting a similar move to a down. So that's why every time we get this here, we keep on calling for this bearish bearish move to a downside on pound AUD. So this would be similar when you go to Euro New Zealand. Now let's have a look at Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand, because of the correlation, we're still calling for this one here to pound New Zealand rather to continue with this bearish move to a downside here. So we're looking at this here, the correction to have already ended here. We're looking at this here to have been a correction that has ended here, and this to be our wave one. So just like we had on a pound AUD, we're looking at this one to be our wave one here, wave two. Obviously, you would still be expecting that our wave three at least comes around at this low. Yes, structurally, your wave three either comes around this area here or it's going to be your wave five. Beside that, this has not reached the 1.618 here, so we cannot call it that this is a wave three that's already ended here. So we're still looking at this here to be the internal waves. This should be our wave one here, our wave two, and this should be our wave three. Possible, this being a running flat corrective structure here, this should be our wave four, and then we get this one to be our wave five. Then comes at least at this structural level, that should be completing the wave three here, of this being a wave one, wave two, wave three, before you see this one to be a wave four, and this continuation move to the downside. So don't look anything on a pound New Zealand other than those selling opportunities. Now let's have a look at this here, pound CAD. So pound CAD, we're looking at this here to be a three-wave move to a downside here. So you've got this one to be a three-wave move to the downside. This is a three-wave moves I'm referring to here, three-wave move to the upside here. Now you're going to be expecting that you see this one to be a three-wave move to a downside here. So far, you've got this one to be an impulsively move, five-wave move, meaning that you're going to be expecting this three-wave pullback against this high here, and you're going to be expecting more continuation to the downside for a similar move to this one before we can even think of this bullish move to the upside here. So the CAD pairs, you can see that we're still expecting to see some strength on the CAD pairs. Now let's have a look at the next one, your pound chief. You saw this one during the trade recaps that we're still expecting to see this one to be a three-wave move to a downside. We've completed this leg here to be an impulsively move. This to have been our wave A. So we're going to be looking for this here to be our wave B against this swing high here. Then we're going to be expecting to see this continuation move to a downside before we see this move to the upside here. Just to show you on the daily why are we expecting that move, this is what we're looking at here on pound chief. This to have been a three-wave move to the upside. This to have been our W here. These are three-wave moves I'm referring to here. This to be a three-wave move being our W here. So you would expect that you get at least a 50% to 61.8 retracement of these three waves here. So that's why we've been calling for this move here ever since we got here. Not even once we shared them a possibility on the members for this to be a bullish move. We've always look at this here to be a move to a downside. Somewhere around this area, you're going to be having a blue box, and then we're going to be expecting to see this bullish move to the upside here. That will be similar to this one. That's why we're still bearish, because we're still looking to complete this wave X here before we go for the wave Y. Now let's have a look at the next one. Yep. Simple and straightforward, guys. So New Zealand CAD, you've seen this one here that we're expecting a bullish move to the upside, looking at this one to have ended this wave B here. So we've been looking at this here to have ended the wave B here. This should have been a wave B here, this whole move here, and we're looking for this here to be our wave C, meaning that we're looking at this one. Our wave C would be expected to be a five-wave move. So looking at this one to be our wave one, and this to have already ended this wave two here, and you're looking for this bullish move to the upside here. So this is one of those instruments that you'll want to jump in here. So against this low here, then we're going to be expecting that this is going to make this bullish move to the upside here. So our invalidation level structurally would be here. So you might look to trade this move to the upside. You're expecting a wave 3 and a 4 and a wave 5 that will be completing our wave C. That wave C I'm referring to is on the daily. I'm not just referring to this here being a wave A, B, or C here. We're looking at this one here on a daily. This should have been an impulsively move to the upside. This should have been our wave A. I'm sure you've seen this one a couple of times. This should have been an impulsively move to the upside. This should have been our wave A here. When we look at this here, to have ended right into the blue box here. That's why we bought AUD New Zealand here, because we're looking at this one to have ended into the blue box. This should have been our wave one, and it's very important to know when to come out in the trade. We've got this one here, and exactly from this peak, we said expect this to be a three-wave pullback. This three-wave pullback is coming right into the blue box. So we're going to be expecting to see this one here to be our wave 3 and a 4 and a wave 5. So it's a very long move to the upside that we're expecting there. So if it plays out accordingly, then it's going to be a good one to look at. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That would be AUDCAD. AUDCAD, if you've been following our videos here, guys, we've been talking about this one, that every time it was making this move to the upside, we should be expecting this move to a downside here. What we had here is this should be a three-wave move to a downside here. This should be a three-wave move to a downside. When we were making this move to the upside here, if you can recall, we said against this swing high here, then expect that AUDCAD should give us this three-wave move to a downside. So far, what we've got is this here to be a five-wave move, and you're looking at this one here to be a three-wave move to an upside like this here, then we're going to be expecting for this move to the downside here. So meaning that we are here in terms of this correction that is taking place. So you're going to be looking for this leg here. So normally this will be at equal leg. So somewhere around this area here, then we can start to look for that possibility of a move to the upside. But for now, expect this one to continue with this bearish move to the upside, to the downside rather, against this swing high here. So this will be the same with New Zealand CAD, just like I've shown you, that we've been looking at this one to be a five-wave move to the up to the downside. Yeah, this will be our wave A, five-wave move down here, and you've looked at this here to be a three-wave move to the upside, right into the blue box. So meaning that we're gonna be expecting to see a similar move to a downside here on New Zealand CAD. So if you notice here, all the CAD code pairs, they are calling for this bearish move to a downside. Yeah, Brent crude call is calling for that move to the upside. CADJPY is calling for a move to the upside. So if you use that correlation, this should make sense to you. Why are we expecting that New Zealand CAD should continue with this move to the downside? Yeah. So what you do, because this has already left, this has already given us this impulsively move here. So look for these three-wave corrections now against this swing high here. Then you can look for the possibility of this one to be going down for 3, 4, 5 waves. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That will be EURJPY. EURJPY, you've shown a couple of times that we're expecting this one to be making a move to the upside, and this looks like it is ready to make that move to the upside. So we're looking at this one to have been our wave 1 here, this to be our wave 2, and looking at this one here to be giving us this nest, this to be our wave 1 here, and this to have been our wave 2 to the downside in an 11 swing sequence against this swing low here. We're going to be expecting to see this one to be our wave 3 and a 4 and a wave 5 to the upside, to be completing the wave 3 of this white degree here. Alternatively, a break of this low here, then you can start to look to think of this here to have been an A, or wave B, this to be our wave C, and you start to look for these possibilities of a move to a downside. So this is going to be our key level. As long as this is going to be trading above this here, you're going to be expecting to see this bullish move to the upside. So if you get any corrective structures, preferable wait for this to come around these areas here. If you get this here to be a three-wave move, then you can look for a buy against this low. You will no longer be trading this against this low. Instead, you're going to be trading it against this low, because this could be a wave 1, a wave 2, and the cycle is ready for this bullish move to the upside. So this will be similar applies to New Zealand CHF. This was our trade of the week, if you remember previously. So we're exactly at this low here, and we said expect this bullish move to the upside here. Before it traded lower here, it gave us this here. This was over 100 pips move to the upside, and our members they were already aware what to do. Once you get this move here, then you have to take a partial of your profit and also to break even. So we took a partial of the profit around these areas here, and this came back to hit us on a break even. Now, that does not mean that the structure to the upside has been invalidated yet. So we're still looking at this one, similar to what we're looking at on AUDCHF. Because of the correlation, you're looking at this one to be our wave 1, our wave 2 here, and this to be our wave 1 in a lower degree. This to be our wave 1, and this could have been already done here. This being a three-wave move to the downside, through a move up, through a move down here. This could have been your expanding flat corrective structure here as our connector wave X here. And this might already be done here. As much as you'd expect to see three-wave move, but I'm sure you've seen it on a platinum that the last leg of your wave Z will normally not be similar to these ones here. So instead, while you're still expecting that you're still going to see this one to be making this move here, if it does, structurally, it would still be correct. As long as this does not come at this low here, then you're going to be expecting for that move to the upside. If EURJPY is already ready to make that move to the upside, so is New Zealand CHF will be ready to make that move to the upside. So preferable what you do, wait for this one. If it take this high here, then you can look for the possibilities of this here. Then you can look for this long opportunity against this low here. not this one here. This would be your structure invalidation level, because if it does come and trade around this area here, then we're going to be looking at this here to be an ABC. Then we start to see these possibilities of a move to the downside here. Now let's have a look at the next one, CADCHF. This would be expected. CAD pairs are expected to make a move to a downside, so you would be expecting that this one is going to make a move to the upside, just like the rest of the other CAD pairs and also with the CHF pairs. So looking at this one to be our wave 1, expanding flat corrective structure to be our wave 2 here, and this to have been our wave 1 in a lower degree. This to have been our wave 2. So we're going to be looking for this one to continue with the 5-wave move to the upside. If it breaks this low here, then we can look at this here as just our 3 waves connector. Then you start to look for the possibility of this one to be making a move to the upside. But other than that, we're going to be looking for this to be a bullish move to the upside. Let's look at US dollars. US dollars are right, so expect this move to a downside here. So we've got this one to have been a move to a downside, as much as this is impulsively here, but expect this structurally. I'm going to be expecting this to be a 3-wave move to a downside here before we expect to see this move to the upside here. Already on the 1-hour chart, you can see that. Why would I be expecting that move to a downside? If you look at this here, you've had this one to be an impulsively move to a downside here, this being a move here, and this is a 3-wave move here. So against this high, you can expect to see this move to a downside, at least to come around these areas here. It might not go all the way down here, because structurally this can come around this area here. You get this move before you move to the downside, and this move to the upside here. So you can look for this trade here. This will be a trade here. Watch out for this one here. So this could be already a 3-wave structure here. I would expect to see a little bit of a move to the upside, maybe at least here, come around at the equal legs. Then from here, I can expect to look for this possible move that is going to be similar to this one. This can come around this area here. Then from here, you start to see a move to the upside, or alternatively, it might even trade lower. If the US dollar pairs are ready to make a move to the upside, then the US dollar ZAR might continue to make this move to the downside here. Now let's have a look at the commodity pairs. Gold, as you've seen here, we're expecting this one here to continue with a bullish move to the upside. We're looking at this one here to have been a leading diagonal. This to have been our wave 1 here. Okay, this is what we're looking at. This to have been a leading diagonal here, this being our wave 1, and this to have been our wave 2 here. So we're going to be looking for this one to continue with this move to the upside, to continue our to be our wave 3, somewhere around this area here. Then we can expect this pullback before we see a continuation move to the upside. I'm sure if you paid a close attention, you will see that the internal waves here are not yet completed. We're looking at this one to have been our wave 1 here. This to have been our wave 1, our wave 2, our wave 3 here. Let me just draw this one here neatly. We're looking at this one to be our wave 1, our wave 2, our wave 3 here, and this to have been our wave 4. So we're going to be expecting this wave 5 that will be completing this wave 3 here of this degree here. This would be our wave 2 here, then this would be our wave 3 before you can see this pullback and a continuation move to the upside. You can go and see on the daily, why are we looking at gold to be a bullish move to the upside? Because this is what we're looking at. These to have completed this wave 4 here. Okay, we're looking at this here to have been our wave 4. This to be the WXY structure here, wave 4. We're looking at this one to be our wave 1. Maybe I should be using a different color there. Using this to be a wave 1, 3-wave move to a downside. This to be our wave 2, and this to have been doing this, giving us this nest here. This to be our wave 1, our wave 2. You're going to be expecting a 3 and a 4 and a 5 here. That would be completing this wave 3 of the red degree in terms of our colors there. So same thing applies. Silver, we're going to be expecting to see this one to continue with the move to the upside. On the daily, silver, you can go and check it out. It's very bullish, and it's even got a clear structure compared to gold. So we're looking at this one here to have been our wave 1, 5-wave move to the upside. This to be a 3-wave move to the downside. So we're going to be looking for this one to continue with this move to the upside. Even if you get these pullbacks, as long as this is going to be trading above this high, yeah, then you're going to be expecting to see this one to be continuing with a move to the upside. But it's very risky to just go and buy there. So expect to see these corrective structures here, or just these 3 waves here. Then you can consider to be looking for that bullish move to the upside on silver. Platinum will be the same here. We look at this one to be in a 1-2-1-2 structure here. So we're going to be looking for this one to continue with this move to the upside. These two have been our wave one here, like you saw, wave one, wave two, 5-wave move to the upside here. This two have been our wave one, and this two have been our wave two here. And we still got another degree here. So there's a lot of nesting that is taking place, and this is very expected. I'm going to show you on a daily that this is very bullish. Looking at this one to be our wave one, a two, we're going to be looking for a 3 and a 4 and a wave 5 that should be completing this wave 3 here in this degree before you see that pull back. So this is going to be a roadmap. What are we expecting going forward on platinum? On the daily, just going to show you here, why are we buying these commodity pairs? So looking at this one, it has been a 5-wave move to the upside here. This to have been our wave one. So this is the reason why are we buying this. This to have been our wave one here. This should be our wave two. So we're going to be looking for this one to continue with this big move to the upside. So every time you get these corrective structures, just think of what you were looking at on the daily here. So when you get this, don't get caught out and think of this bearish move here. There will be just be corrective structures for setting up for that bullish move to the upside. Now let's have a look at Brent crude oil. Brent crude oil, this will be expected for a continuation move to the upside. You saw we had a trade set up here right from the blue box, and we've been looking at this one here to have completed our wave 4. This should be our wave A here, our wave B. This should be our wave C here. So both this was a 5-wave move here, meaning that our wave 4 has already completed here. So we do not expect to see the price to be coming around this low here. So this being a 5-wave move could be our wave 1 in a lower degree. You get this one to be our wave 2 here. And we're going to be seeing 3 and 4 and the wave 5 here, especially against this low. Break off this here, then that will mean we're going to be having Brent crude oil to trade even lower before we make this move to the upside. If it does that, then structurally, this is what we'll be looking at. This should be a 3-wave move. This could be a 3-wave move here, and then we get this one to be a 3-wave move. But eventually, we're going to be looking for that bullish move to the upside. Now let's have a look at the S&P 500. Let's have a look at the indices. Let me just refer this here on the website. Let me just clear this here, then we can go on the website. But you'll see that the indices, they're just giving us continuation patterns here. Now let's have a look at this here. S&P 500. Let me just show in the 1-hour chart here. We've got this one here to be a 3-wave move to the downside here. This is being a 3-wave move here. So we're going to be expecting this one to competing for that move to the upside. So basically, we're looking at this one to be a wave 1, 2 here. This to have completed our wave 3, and this to be our wave 4. So we're going to be looking for this one here to continue with this move to the upside, being our wave 5. Okay, let's look at NASDAQ. We're going to be expecting the same here. This to have been our wave 1 here. This should be our wave 1 from the blue box, our wave 2, our wave 3 here. This should have completed this one to be our wave 4. Then we're going to be looking for this move to the upside here. You will see that some of the indices, they are almost taking these highs here. So structurally, you would expect that this can still give us this here. Yes, structurally, this can give you this here, but we do not just focus each instrument individually. We look at the group of pairs. What are they doing? Some of the instruments are already starting to take these highs here. So that's why I'm no longer expecting those double correction. But if they come structurally, that will still be valid that this can be the structure here. If it does, it must not come at this territory of a wave 1 here. Then we're going to be looking for this continuation move to the upside. But for now, I'm looking at this that is ready to make this move to the upside here. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That will be Dow. We're looking at this one to have already done with this corrective structure here. This to have been a 3-wave moves here. This to have been a 3-wave move, and then we're going to be looking for this one to continue with this move to the upside. So similar to the other indices, we're looking at this one to be a wave 1, our wave 2. This to have been our wave 3. Then we're going to be looking for this here to have ended the wave 4. Lastly, wave 5 that will be completing the wave 3 in the red minor degree. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Yep. UK 100, you saw this one during the trade setup. We're looking at this here to be a 5-wave move to the upside. This should be now wave 1, expanding flat corrective structures are wave 2. So we're looking for this to be a 3 and a 4 and a wave 5. So we're still expecting to see that bullish move to the upside to complete the wave 3 in that purple minute degree. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That would be DAX. The trade setup that we had here is still running as expected. We're looking at this one here to have ended this three-wave structure here to the downside. This should be now wave 2. We are still expecting for this one to continue with this move to the upside here. At some point, somewhere around this area, you're going to be expecting to see this one to be giving us this deep correction, because this could be a wave 1, wave 2 here. This could be our wave 3 and a 4, and this wave 5. Fifth wave is very common that it get extended on the indices. So this can, somewhere around this area here, expect that you can get this deeper correction here. This would be a wave 1, and this would be a wave 2 here, and then you see this continuation move to the upside. So you don't just go and buy there. So preferable, wait for this 3. If it gives you this 3-wave structure here, then that will mean it will still going to continue with that move to the upside. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That would be Nikki. Nikki, we're still expecting to see this one to be continuing the bullish move after it completed this corrective structure here. Looking at this to be a W, wave X here, this to be now wave Y, and we've had this here to have been an impulsively move to the upside. This to have been our wave 1. Looking at this as a 5-wave move here, this to be a sharp correction, wave 2. Now against this swing low here, we're going to be expecting to see this one to be a 5-wave move to the upside for this wave 3 and a 4 and a wave 5. So that's what we're going to be expecting. And lastly, of the Forex and the indices, let's look at Nifty. So Nifty is expected. So Nifty have got a correlation between Nikki and Nifty. There's a correlation there. Now let's have a look at this Nifty. So this will be expected. Since it's just given us a 3-wave move to a downside here, so we're going to be expecting that this is going to continue with the move to the upside. This is a 3-wave move that I'm referring to here. So we're going to be having this one to be making this move to the upside. Alternatively, because this is starting very correctively here, it's either this is a diagonal here, a leading diagonal against this swing low here, then we get this one to be a 3, 4, 5 structure, or alternative, you could be having this as a 3-wave move to a downside. This here to be a 3-wave move, because this can be a 3-wave moves here like this. So this could be a connector here, running flat corrective structure like this here, and then you get to see this one to be a 3-wave move, similar move to this one here, before you see this move to the upside here. So you're gonna have to have your invalidation level here. Having your invalidation level here, then we'll be validating that you see this structure here. Then after that, you're gonna see this one to be making this move to the upside here. All right, guys, from my side, that's all what I had to share with you on the Forex and the indices pairs. If you like what we do, you can give us that thumbs up button. And please feel free to leave your comments. We value your input. Cheers, guys, and have a good one.